Hey guys, it's been a while. It's the Federalist. I wanted to just get out here and congratulate UKIP. They did great on the 4th. It turns out that they came second in the elections for the European Parliament. That is fantastic. That really, I think, sends a message to Labour, since they came third. I mean, it was a 1 point disparity, but that's plenty when you're what used to be a pressure group, basically. And they actually defeated the standing party in power. That's pretty remarkable. Nigel Farage, Marta Andreasen. I can't wait to see how she shakes things up at the European Union Parliament level. That ought to be great. She's going to go right back in there as an elected official from England now, and or from Britain, sorry, and to just get back in there and talk about how the books have never really been signed off on. I mean, in like the last, what, 14 years, I've heard that they've never really had that much review on their finances. And I think that this is going to be kind of a very painful return for the EU Parliament Finance Committee to see her come back in the door. I think that's going to be outstanding. I'm going to be following that. You know, we were all hoping for you over here. A lot of us here in America, you've probably heard from a few of us now that you know, the European Union kind of is a bad idea from a lot of our perspective. I know you guys have your own thoughts on it. Clearly, a lot of people voted UKIP, which means that they want out. They want, you know, in no uncertain terms. And I think the Tories basically they're looking for an excuse to stay in, but they're starting to see that UKIP garnered a lot of the vote, and you know, the British people are clearly of the opinion that out would be better. You know, every time I look at the news, I come home, read the emails, and check out the stuff online, and basically all it looks like to me, you know, and here I am again, just a Yank here in America. You know, just remember that. You know, I'm on the outside, but as a thinker, I'm sitting here thinking all the European Union is a way to get the richer, more developed capitalist countries to suddenly start paying a lot of money that would better serve their people into this European socialist federalist or federal socialist Europe. England, France, Germany, probably the wealthiest three states in Europe. And basically they're going to be subsidizing now not only their own people, but also people in the poorer eastern states, the eastern, you know, areas of Europe. And it just seems like every effort is being made to undermine England getting out. You know, it just seems to me common sense that the British people should see this as what it is. They're going to be made to subsidize people much poorer than them, made to open their borders, to open up the medical facilities and the welfare and the social security systems of these other Western, you know, member states, and England too. Yeah, as I'm listening to the debates and the hustings over the European Parliament, I'm starting to realize that this is nothing more than a huge money and power grab. The richest three countries in Europe are going to be paying for virtually all the rest. You know, Europe has basically, as its leaders would be like what, Germany, France, and England. I think the PPP for the English is fourth in the system. So I mean, their purchasing power is right up there as well. For the pound, I'm seeing this and going, wow, you guys really, you do better by yourselves. I don't know, just my thoughts. You know, you guys have never failed to let me know how things really work over there, and you know, I'm getting a lot of great feedback and stuff too, so this is great. Just keep on informing me. I want to know, you know. The Tories, I just got a video from a person that keeps correcting me when I confuse the words English and British. Apparently this is a slight, and I am very sorry about that. I do not mean to be that way. You know, Britain clearly is more than just England. Britain describes the whole of the United Kingdom. Um, sorry about that. Once again, I mean no offense by it. Okay. Um, there was a video on here from the person that's it's a chemical symbol, and it's like Prince's new name when he became that unutterable symbol. It's like a chemical equation that means nothing. It's just three things in a row from the periodic table. But they put up a thing today where it's the Tories basically are looking to the Shadow Chancellor is looking to like diminish some of the public services. I'm sorry, that's exactly what needs to happen. Not only in your country or countries, but in ours. We have made Social Security, welfare, Medicare entitlement programs that take up 2/3 of our budget. I'm sorry, that money is, whenever you add money to a bureaucracy, it does the least amount of good. And that's exactly what we've done. And good old FDR, in his wisdom, he made these social programs so freaking hard to get back out of. My father and I disagree on politics to a pretty large degree. And I'm just sitting here going, he's got a great point. I don't think that he thinks that the social programs were the greatest idea in the world. But the problem is, how do you get back out of them once you've gotten in? Well, that's a tough one, because somebody's going to have to land on their butt. We're going to have to let down somebody. And since we can't sustain this, I keep feeling as though politicians keep on passing this down the road. They'll do a little modest shake up here or there, do a little cut, do a little engorgement, something, just a little switch around to try to improve it or whatever, and it never really goes anywhere. It just sort of sticks around like a tick that just keeps getting bigger on some part of your anatomy you just can't reach. And basically, it's going to overtake us before too long, and it's going to be ugly. We're already out of money. Just ask Barack Obama, the Congressional Budget Office, anybody, really. We've pretty much, well, we're broke. The whole world seems to be about broke, except China right now. That's pretty sick. When you consider that we have a pretty good style of economics here. I don't know, I've been listening to a lot of Dr. Paul, Ron Paul, a lot of English fans of his, a lot of British fans of his, and I don't know, I'm starting to believe more in his method of just abolishing the Fed and fiat currency altogether and undoing what Nixon had done, which was to start fiat currency over gold-backed currency, because it just seems like it's just an open invitation to fraud, and everything else that's happened is these massive spending packages that go above and beyond any hope of ever being repaid. It's just starting to occur to me that the only way to really get back on the straight and narrow here is, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to have to get kind of put out. Right now in America, and I'm sure in Britain and other European countries, people just kind of decide that they're hurting. They don't want to work anymore. They never started working. They work 6 months in a year and get 4 years worth of unemployment benefits, housing subsidies, and all these other great things. Giveaways on the backs of the rich who are really producing and giving jobs and creating work, bettering our condition. And these people get demonized. I'm sorry. The people that need to be demonized are really the people that just don't feel like working. They don't see value in education, so they don't pay attention in school, and then they just get just ridiculously stupid, and all of a sudden they just go, well, look what you did to me. See, I can't make a living for myself, and I'm not going to take a minimum wage job, because what's that going to do for me? I'm not going to get anywhere. I'd rather just stay on unemployment. I'd rather stay on welfare. It's sickening what it's done. It's absolutely debased the entire capitalist system. We should have never allowed it. A few people dying, because they don't want to get up off their ass is fine with me, because people die every day. People die at work every day, and I just don't see the value in having a lot of people sitting around waiting for other people to make, to butter their bread. I got no problem with people dying.